Well, I think that there has to be a clarity that once all the criteria are met, there should be no additional things on the way of visa freedom for both Georgia and Ukraine. I strongly believe in fulfilling criteria, but once criteria are met, then there shouldn't be any obstacles. I hope to see a clear perspective for all of Eastern Partnership countries. For some, we can say that we have to show a very clear perspective of membership already. For others, other kind of clear perspective, but it's important that everybody knows that that the movement towards EU membership is possible and achievable. Thank you very much.
1 minute. David Cameron's first summit after he was re-elected. When you and the other leaders meet him tomorrow, what sort of mood will you be in to help him with his programme for reform in the EU?
Well, I will first of all congratulate him. Last time it was my first summit after being re-elected. He congratulated me, so I should return it. And I'm of course glad to see that my colleague who sits on my left hand on EU Council is returning. I expect to have an open discussion on all the issues. We are not thinking that we should lose or even have less of the main basic freedoms of EU. I think these freedoms are extremely important to have. But in reforming EU, I think we should be open to each other's proposals, and this means also being open to Britain's proposals.
Is it possible to get treaty change within the next 18 months?
Well, I think treaty change is only a way to achieve something. If we agree what we want to achieve, then we definitely don't say that treaty change is absolute impossibility. But let's first agree on what we want to achieve, how to achieve it, and then let's talk about the means.
How important is the Ukraine crisis in these times today?
Well, of course it's important. Ukraine is a sovereign country in Europe who's clearly under invasion. Ukraine is fighting for its sovereignty. Ukraine is fighting for its territorial integrity, and we as fellow Europeans have to support them. Ukrainians have pointed out that their way is a European way. And I believe that if a sovereign country decides this, it should be possible. We as Estonians know very well that the path to EU is not an easy one. There is a lot of criteria to be met, but we also know that vast majority of those criteria that have to be met are actually good for the country. We are offering all kinds of support from our own experience to Ukraine, to Georgia, to Moldova, to others, to reform their countries. And we have not very far ago done that. We only 10 years ago or 11 years ago became members of EU, and we still remember what it was like. So if there is any valuable experience from us, we definitely will share. And this is also very clear that EU will not tolerate the aggression. This is not okay in the 21st century to see other country intervening to a sovereign country's business this way.
Very much.
Thank you.